Aquarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early to mid-August 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aquarius collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the lovely Aquarians out there in early to mid-August? It is Leo season at the time of this film, and what energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, and we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you're going into, which is always interesting. Let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aquarius. Early to mid-August. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's have ourselves a good time today, my friends. We're going to have some fun reading through cards. And winner chicken dinner. Lady Luck has finally shown up once again, and it is in the Aquarius reading. It has been far too long since I've seen this card. I always get so happy when I see it, because it just reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. It's so good. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk a little more in depth about Lady Luck, this beautiful card over here. If you look here, we see this lady. She has cards. She got some poker chips. She has her little machine that has 777 on it. She likes playing her slots, right? There's dice. There's all of these indicators of luck. There's even a four-leaf clover on the card. And I always say, like the Wheel of Fortune, it's my four-leaf clover of the deck. So obviously, Lady Luck is good for a variety of important reasons, right? Maybe you're going to get a lucky break, maybe a twist of fate in some sort of way that benefits you in the long run. I always love this because it's expansive, it's protective. So for some of you might want to play the lotto out there, luck might be on the Aquarius side, hopefully. Things have been a little choppy. We love seeing this. Now, the only downside, because you know me, I always have to give you both sides of every coin. When I see such a luck-based, luck-driven type of card, aside from an energy that could help us hit big or get a twist of fate or luck, this energy can be a little risky, right? Like it could have a little gamble in it where it's like, let me test my luck. Or, I'm going to try this. I don't normally do this. Let me do that. This energy could be super adventurous, but a little impulsive. So just watch out for that this time. But I love when she shows up. It's just like the Wheel of Fortune. So we're going to put her down right there. She could chill out with her jackpot that she's hitting. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Aquarius. What do we got? In early to mid-August. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Now, the reading itself did show certain things cycling back up completely out of the blue. The reading was titled An Explosive Return. So just know if something hasn't popped back up, whether it was a cycle, whether it was a situation or a person or something you're familiar with, that door could still be open for the next couple of weeks. I always say it could bleed over for a couple of weeks. So we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Doing a nice little energetic weather report, my good friends. Let's see. What do we got in the air for Aquarius, please? Okay, 6 of Pentacles. That's a good start. I'm really trying my best to stay neutral. I am. Because this is just a great way to start, especially since we have Lady Luck as the Oracle. Let's get a couple more. I've done enough readings in my day to know that this energy could shift. And speak about shift, we have Judgment. That feels good to me, though. It feels good to me. Let's get one more. I'm really trying to stay neutral here for you, my friends. Let's get one more for Aquarius. Oh my goodness, Aquarius, this might be one of those readings, my friends. Even if you got some stuff going on, we got the 10 of Cups. Oh my goodness. This is a pretty big one, and I do get nice positive readings for Aquarius from time to time, but this feels like it has some substance to it. I'm getting pretty pumped, to be honest with you. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. At first look, first glance, I always have to go through the elements. I feel like that builds a foundation and tells us how the energy is going to be flowing. So right here in the center, we have Judgment, which is major arcana. I see that as Plutonian energy, so we're just going to leave it out of this and just say, all right, it's major arcana, it's major, it's a major theme. All right, we got Earth and Water. Now, the thing that makes me excited about these two is when I combine Earth and Water, to me, it represents potential and abundance. They mix together very well. It's just like watering a plant. You want it to grow, and you need both of these to make it happen. Now, when it comes to Earth energy, that represents results to me. It represents stability. It's day to day life, day to day routine. There's a predictability to it. There's something about it that could deal with your schedule. It could be money, work, home, business, finance, investments, you name it. Like it could be all the earthly aspects of life, which I really like. The downside to Earth, because again, with the two sides of the coin, I got to do it. Earth can also sometimes feel a little dry. Sometimes the energy could feel a little stuck, a little monotonous. So watch out for feelings like that, like you're running in place, because it can be stubborn. Then we're going to skip over Judgment and move to the Water, and these just work so perfectly off each other. Now, Water is internal. So we have external, internal. The Water itself is the emotional side. So whether it's partnerships, it's soft, it's subtle, it's intuitive. So if you're energetically sensitive, Water ties into that perfectly. It's matters of the heart, matters or things that we're emotionally invested in, things that we actually care about, not things that we just say we care about, things we actually care about. That's what we have with the Water. So whether it is a partnership, whether it is a situation, whether it's a goal, I love the Water element. It's great for creativity, expressing oneself, thinking outside of the box. So it's really, really good. Now, if we're not going to talk about partnerships, the Water itself can be a little up and down, a little back and forth. That's the challenge of it, just like the tides. It ebbs and flows, and sometimes it can overwhelm. But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, Six of Pentacles. Got pretty excited when this popped out on the tail end of Lady Luck because we see this individual there with his fancy robe and cap giving away those pentacles, right? Now, this to me is a card of balance. It's a card of equality. It's a card of effort. It's very giving. That's why a lot of readers will say this is a charitable card. So if you're interested in doing charitable works or helping people out, this card represents it. Um, so whether it's just like giving someone a couple bucks or giving someone a hand if they ask for it, don't be surprised if someone pops up to ask for your assistance, because this is the card of assistance. If you need it, don't be afraid to ask for it. That's another thing with this card. Now, it's not just all that. This is a huge card of effort, putting things forward. So I really, really like this. And it is one of my cards of gift giving as well. There's a selflessness to it in its positive sense. But the downside of the Six of Pentacles, sometimes it could give too much, right? Sometimes it's like someone giving the shirt off their back. It could be a little too nice, or it could represent imbalance, where there might be a situation where you're giving a lot, but someone else isn't giving half as much. Just something to keep in mind. But I like it because of the energy expenditure. So we're going to circle back on it. It's good. Maybe it is a gift of some kind. Maybe it's a surprise. Like, surprise, Aquarius. It's not even your birthday, but here you go. I just like it. Now, moving to the middle, we have Judgment. And we see the Archangel Gabriel, the communicator of God, blowing that trumpet. We see the dead rising. I like this card because to me it's a harbinger of change, transformation. Now, life is perpetual change, but sometimes change is a little more intense, right? And that's what this card is. It shifts the thing, it shifts the narrative, it changes the game. So I like this. Now, it could be a communication of some sort. It is super intense. Like this energy happens quick, boom. So there's an explosive quality to it. Sometimes Judgment can represent things popping back up. So similar to like what we were seeing last week, the door is still open because remember, the dead coming back to life. So like Judgment can make things return. So watch out for that in this time. But it's like we're changing the game with Judgment, and that's something that really gets me excited. The only downside to it is that yes, it could also be karmic. So watch out for situations where it's like, okay, well, I guess I was meant to go through this. It could be like one of those, but I'm not there yet because even moving to the back end, we have the Ten of Cups. So even if there is a thing or a situation that's kind of out of your hands, by the time we reach the end of the reading, this is probably like top two best cards in the whole deck. We see the happy family, the big rainbow in the sky, 10 full cups. It's a beautiful day. They're just loving life. So, and this is obviously a card of wins, victories, and blessings. Best case scenario, one of the best cards. It really is. So it's something going your way. Now, if we're taking away that blanket statement, the Ten of Cups can represent living situation. So you might have some situations happening there. The Ten of Cups can also represent people that are family or are close to you, like family, right? Like the people that are in our circle. So we'll look at this further, but I will say this, Aquarius, for now, I'm pretty excited with what I'm saying, and hopefully we keep it going. So I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for our beautiful Aquarius friends? What's happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Six of Pentacles. Let's see what this outward energy is. Let's see what this giving energy is. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to get to Aquarius, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, 6 Pentacles. That's the 6. My goodness, my friends. And the hits just keep on coming. We got the 4 of Wands, the 11 card in the upright underneath the 6 of Pentacles. Could this be one of the better Aquarius readings I've maybe ever done on this channel? Through the course of this channel, and I know we still have more to go, but through the course of this channel, I've done thousands upon thousands of readings, not even counting the ones that I've done for personal people, like personal readings and sessions. This energy is superb, like point blank, period. The 4 of Wands, the 11 card, aside from being one of the cards of omen, signs, synchronicities, because that could be a big thing here, what are these people doing? They're celebrating, right? That's why this is like one of the marriage cards and can represent birthdays. So it's funny that we have this energy of a gift right above it, and then we have the 4 of Wands. So maybe some of you are buying someone a big gift. Maybe some of you are spending a lot of money and getting an expensive gift for someone. Maybe you're going to receive one. Who knows? But to me, when I see the celebration on the heels of everything else we've just seen, not to mention Lady Luck, I just have to say this energy is probably one of the better ones I've experienced for the Aquarius Collective. And that gets me really excited and happy for you. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there going through a lot of different things. You might not be in this place as of this moment for some of you. Maybe some of you are. Maybe you're cool and you're content and everything's just clicking and firing on all cylinders. But maybe some of you aren't here yet. But I am very confident that you will be, because it's just coming through too strong for me to say anything different. So I will just say with this on the front end, watch out for signs, synchronicities, omens, especially repeating numbers and dreams. Spirit could be trying to speak to you and hype you up and move you in the right direction. Trust in divine timing. Trust in inspired action. That's another thing. When you have a certain feeling to go do this, it's not that it's spontaneous and risky. It's inspired action. So let's keep going. Let's keep going, because I have a funny feeling we're going to get more of the same, but I don't want to jinx myself. Let's see what Judgment has here for Aquarius. Let's see. So why is the Archangel Gabriel here? That's great for spiritual protection, by the way, too. 10 of Swords in reverse. Don't get scared about it, right? Like the 10 of Swords, if it was in the upright, I'd be like, what the hell is this? Like, how are we going to swing? How are we going to swing from one of the best feelings I've ever felt in an Aquarius reading to this? But it is in reverse, okay? Now, 10s usually represent the close of a chapter, close of a cycle, right? You got 2 10s here. So for some Aquariuses, maybe you've recently experienced some endings or chapters closing. But every ending, there's a new beginning, right? And that's kind of the change I'm picking up here, where it's like, okay, let's turn over a new leaf. Let's start this new chapter. There's a certain hope in a brighter day. And it reminds me of the star card, which is one of your power cards. I know the star is nowhere in sight right now, but that's what this reminds me of, where it's like, okay, we're going to look to the future. We're looking ahead. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and we're going this way, which I really love. Now, yes, the Ten of Swords is the most difficult card in the entire deck. This is the intuitive portion, by the way, and it can represent pain, endings, betrayals, all that stuff, things that we carry with us for a long time, right? But in reverse, to me, it's like there's nowhere to go but up. That's the positive side of the Ten of Swords. So I have this beautiful angelic protection that's Spirit definitely encouraging with the signs, synchronicities, and omens. Like with these two, it's like Spirit's talking to you, Aquarius. Spirit's protecting you. I love this. I really do. But to me, it's like, okay, we're on the upswing. We're on the upswing now. Let's keep going. Let's see what the Ten of Cups has. If we get another dicey one, hey, maybe there is a little sprinkling of caution, but I just feel like there's too much positivity this week for me to be concerned about this Ten of Swords, honestly. It like overpowers it. So we got a shifting energy, start of a brand new cycle. We're moving in a good direction. So why is the Ten of Cups here? Why is the Ten of Cups here? Ten of Pentacles, my friends. Peanut butter and jelly right here on the back end. The Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Like, you can't ask for a better alignment. Completely overpowers the Ten of Swords. I am so excited for all of you, most of you. I think the energy just is overwhelmingly good. Overwhelmingly good. Now, everyone knows how this reality works. Everyone knows how life works. Even when there's good energies, things go up, things go down. There's ebbs, there's flows, there's good days, there's rough days. But when I get this overwhelming amount of positive energy, this has to be one of the best readings, maybe the best reading I've ever done for Aquarius, point blank, period. I'm just excited about it, and it covers like all bases. It covers every area of life. We have every element. We have water, we have earth, we have air, we have fire, we have the angelic energy, we have the giving energy. And the Ten of Pentacles in the upright fits perfectly here. The stability. Now, yes, again, it could also be home and family. See the little puppy dogs they have there. But to me, it's just the cherry on top of the sundae where it's like, okay, no, you got that Ten of Swords in reverse right. We're on the upswing here. So I think this whole reading is claimable. Even if you're cross-watching for an Aquarius, you might be a little upset at an Aquarius. You need to trust and believe in the divine timing. You need to trust and believe in the inspired action and the signs, because this energy is just so good. We got wins, victories, and blessings all over the place this week, my friends. And those of you that have been watching me for a while, you know, when I get messages, I give it to you straight, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Overwhelmingly good this week. Super exciting. So let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow. If you kindly look in the box, along with our lovely Lady Luck to start us off, can't forget that. We start with the Six of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, the 1111 card in the upright. Watch for the signs, synchronicities, nudges from spirit, divine timing, inspired action. It's all here. Wins, victories, right from the jump. Moving to the center, we have Judgment, beautiful angelic protection over the Ten of Swords in reverse. And that tells me, like, hey, we're on the upswing. Yes, we've all experienced these energies, these Ten of Swords, but the energy is on the upswing. Nowhere to go but up. Nowhere to go but forward. And that really, really excites me. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles combination there on the back end. Also 10, 10, 10 with the 11, 11 card. We got repeating numbers all over the place. There's like layers of energetic goodness in this reading this week, and I'm super pumped. And I think I might just say it's probably the best Aquarius reading I've done up until this point. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. Shuffle it up here. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. Such a great reading this week. Such a great reading. What is in the shadows? Good. Cool. Justice. Yeah, the Libra card. If you're connected to a Libra, this could be their energy showing up. But there's something about justice that I really like because, again, it's a karmic, universal, spiritual card of the universe balancing the scales. Now, if I were to give a warning about this, if we were to dig into the shadow side of justice, it could, if you're not connected to a Libra, it could represent things like paperwork, signature, agreements, legal situations that you might want to watch out for. So if you have anything like that on the back burner, you might want to try to square that away quickly. I mean, unless you're connected to the Libra, of course. I like justice because it usually represents balance. But when we look at the shadow side, sometimes it can represent things where it's like, that's not fair. That's not fair. That's not right. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to be dealing with situations that aren't fair, but my biggest caution would be anything you agree to. And there's just something about, like with the 10, 10, 10, the numbers and omens and all the things we just saw within this reading, to end off with a karmic card in the shadows tells me that the universe is steering the wheel. God is steering the wheel. And even though it's the shadows, I like where it's going. Just be cautious with anything you put your signature on in this time, or any legalities. So we're just going to leave it at that, Aquarius. That's what I got for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The August subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The August calendar is up and spots go quick, so you might want to check that out. But for the August subscriber surprise, we're doing another winner's choice. I will choose 3 winners at random to either choose the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, which is an absolutely stunning deck, or one of the custom made crystal pendants from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards that showed up in your reading today, which one intrigued you the most? Which one caught your attention and why? And you put that in the comments, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab / post tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.